Hello everyone, welcome to my first video in English. Before I was doing some videos in German, also about strategies and a bit what I was doing. So now I will do maybe more also videos in English. Hope you will like it. Systematic trader for many years. I was I made 2 times the third place in the World Cup of futures trading. So once with more than 60 and once with more than 140%. And all this with strategies I was doing on my own. So strategies that I put together in a small account and traded for 1 year in this World Championship. So I started being systematic trader, started in 2015, more or less, a bit earlier, maybe. Starting very simple and then building more and more strategies. At the maximum, I had almost 100 strategies running in one account, and was coming back a bit from this. And now I'm running around 50 strategies, automated. Everything is automated. So, and I'm working here with the Trade Navigator, as you see here in this software. This is one of my strategy. I was introducing these strategies a bit more than a year ago. Okay, it was a German. I was speaking German, but maybe you saw the video. And here I will go again and take the strategy and speak a bit about how to do it and so on. So, and let's start very simple. So maybe you know the strategy. Maybe you know that we have an effect, a long effect on Friday in gold. So at a special time, at a certain time, let's say it like that, gold tend to go up on Fridays. Well, not all the time, but statistically, we have a strong bias, a long bias around 10 o'clock, more or less, to the end of the session. So this is Friday, and this is gold, the gold future. So, and on Friday, around 10 o'clock, the market goes up statistically. That doesn't mean it goes every Friday like that. No, it can be that a few Fridays in a row, it's going down, but over a long time, you have an advantage. You have an edge if you go into a position and long, okay? I can say it already. The longer you stay in, so if you stay over the weekend in your position, the better it will be. So over last 14 years, you had a big advantage staying also over the weekend in the position. Of course, it can be a bit more risky staying over a weekend, but here the advantage is really that you have way more profits. So I can add here also the intraday market scope. Let's see here of the last 5 years. This shows me how gold was going during one day. So and we take the last 5 years. So gold during the last 5 years was going more or less sideways on Fridays, starting on Fridays. Then there was a weaker period, and then at the end, you see here already you also here see the sign when I go with the cursor. So at 9 o'clock, it goes up, at the end it goes up even more. So that is the last 5 years. That's how gold has been doing. Yeah. It's pretty nice in the Trade Navigator that you see immediately how it works, or how the bias is in gold. So And on Monday, it goes flat and we go down. So Monday is more or less a short day, and Fridays is the long day. Yes, so that's just a recap on gold, how gold is. Even if most of the people or most traders or systematic traders know about this fact, but still I trade this strategy for years, for now 6, 7, 8 years. So, and still the strategy gives me nice profits. So, and I know a lot of people knowing that strategy, so it's nothing new. So this was the strategy I was doing on the 13th of June 22, and I was building it together, and I can run it once, just that you see a bit how it was performing. So from the moment I was doing this strategy, so here you see real results. You could have made 12.7K profits in 35 trades. So pretty awesome. And if you calculate the annual performance of this 12.7K, you need to put it in relation to what do you need to run this strategy. So what do I need for this? I need a margin. So I go without margin, nothing works in future. So you need to have this margin on your account. This is a bit more than 10K for the moment. It's what also Trade Navigator is calculating here. And you take the maximum drawdown here. So and then you come to a sum of 15K more or less. And because it's a bit more than a year, if you calculate this, it's a bit more than 65%. Yeah, we can calculate it, but you can trust me, it's a bit more than 65, 70%, I would say. Yeah, with this strategy alone. Of course, you're not trading only one strategy. So especially no one knows how this strategy will perform next year. No one. And therefore it's important to have more strategies in an account or in your portfolio. Very simple. Because most strategies will not give you every year the same amount. So they're sleeping for some time and then they explode. Yeah. And this one is really stable. We can run it also a bit longer. We can go back even 2007 just to see how the performance was during more than 15 years. And don't forget, the last year I was just out of sample, yeah, real performance. And that's the most important. It's not that you have something that is only backtested, looks nice and so on, but after it fails, you know, because maybe you put too much into it. You put too much values, too much indicators into that, and then the real results look completely different than this. But here the fact goes on. So that means from this point on, not even from this point more or less here, go a bit down, but then nice performance. Yeah, it was a bit flat here, completely okay. We didn't do any losses, but we didn't go forward. But still, I believed in the strategy. Yeah, I also was doubting about the strategy here, but it's one of many. So if all your strategy perform like this, of course it's not good. You can't make any profits. But if it's 1, 2, 3 that go sideways, it's completely normal. So let's go a bit into the strategy. So here are the results of the whole strategy. 6K drawdown for a bit more than 7K yearly profit. I mean, we have a really good ratio here. Profit factor 2.4, and as you saw, the real results have even a better profit factor. So it's not really usual that you have a better profit factor, but here we have a nice example of better profit factor. So actually the strategy was going better than here in the back test. So just to say it. So what are we doing here? Let's go over. First of all, slippage. Put always slippage into the strategy. I saw already strategies, they look amazing, but then going live, going real, at one time, huge slippage. So, and with this, the strategy was, you couldn't trade it anymore. Let's say you had an average trade of 150, and then you had to add $100 of slippage, and then it changes completely. Yeah, but that's another topic. Slippage needs to be close to what it is in real. Yeah, so you could even add here 30, and then you're quiet. Yeah, gold doesn't have much slippage. We go back to 2007 up to now. Here you can build up a strategy in 10 minutes. It's okay. We have a continuous contract, very important. And then we can see now also the formulas we were using. So very simple. I will start with a very simple thing. I do a Friday. Here you also see a bit how the trade navigator works. Let's say time entry. All right, long entry. Let's put it time. So I'm just, okay, I did already the strategy, yeah? What I do now, taking everything out, like stop loss, we go end of day out of our position, and we go in on Friday and a certain time. So here we can run American time, don't forget, New York time. So what I do is from 0 to 2300, we go in 100 as a step, 100 steps. That means every hour, just to see a bit how much can we earn with this kind of strategy. So what we want is a nice profit factor, and of course, nice profits. All right. So what I see here, drawdown, immediately take a look on the drawdown, take a look on the profits. Profit factor, yes, we can filter it by profit factor, but for the moment, I would go with this. 10 o'clock, so we have nice net profit, 11K drawdown, 1.44 profit factor. Average trade is okay. It's still not great, but we just started. So that means if you go in every Friday at 10 o'clock, you have this. Nothing that we should be proud of, but you can trade this already. Yeah, you have a lot of trades. We could maybe, so this is everything on Friday, just checking a few things, the different weeks in which you see 1 and 4 week is the strongest. Of course, there are months not so good and great months, like January is a strong seasonality, December is a strong seasonality, August normally. So and then September, October normally a bit weaker. But for the moment, we leave it like that. It's something that we could trade easily. Yeah. And that is already the first start. Choose something that gives you already an edge without doing anything. Just saying easy stuff like time is something, or just one formula. That's enough. The more you need to take in, the worse it is. Well, that's how systematic trading works, and nothing else. So 10 would be the first time to go in. So that would be here. So we take the, but we are in 10 minutes, so just do it correctly. So Trade Navigator now would take every bar and will take the conditions. Friday, okay, it's yes, and the time should be 10. So where is 10? It's here. So then finally we arrive at 10, and then Trade Navigator would go in here. Okay, at the end of the day, 1700, we would go out. Okay, so 10 is American time, Eastern time. New York time, let's say New York time. And we could now go deeper into it. Let's say we go from, everything can be more precise. If we take 5 minutes, we are even more precise, but it's not important. It's not really important. I would also not go with just hours. No, I go a bit deeper, and 5 or 10 minutes normally I do my strategies. So here it confirms what we're seeing, and most important is that many times are good. Okay, many times deliver good results. It's not just one time. Yeah, otherwise I would be very skeptical. Yeah, if it's just 10 o'clock and all the others would be way weaker. They are a bit weaker, but that's still okay. My 10 o'clock is in fact between 10:10, 9:50, and all the others, they are also around. So very nice. Okay, next we do, and we test a lot of different stuff. Okay, what I show you is just a possibility. The most important that you have an edge, that you have these buyers, and after it's just tiny little things that decide whether the strategy is maybe better than here this raw strategy. This is the raw strategy. Okay, just going in at a certain time. But as you will see later, there are possibilities to go in, yeah, to make the strategy again a bit better. So what we test now is we go out on Mondays. We just stay a bit longer in. We can see how with the bars, number of bars. So I say if first bar of the day is 1, and then we go out, or the 5th bar of the day we go out. So immediately on Mondays, Trade Navigator is calculating the bars, and then it's going out. So what we see here already, nice improvement. If I go out the first 10-minute bar after the market opens, from 90, we go up to 140 with the profit factor of 1.63. Looks already much, much better. Yeah. And here, instead of going down, we are flat. So really nice how it looks like. So this is a possibility. Okay. This is already something that I'm saying, okay, nice. We could trade it. All right. Of course, we need a stop. We need maybe a profit target. Mostly I'll do it without profit target, depends on the stretch, but we need a stop loss. We need to know how much can we lose, or how much was the maximum we lost in this strategy. Yeah. So that means we have a long entry, long exit, so we stay a bit longer in. Just by staying longer in, you get more than 50% more. You know, it was 90, now more or less 140K. So huge difference. So therefore, you need to be open-minded, and just go and test different things. Yeah. Just one thing that you could easily test: what happens if Thursday is a weekday, for example? Yeah. So that means close of daily smaller than the open of daily. That would say yesterday was a negative day. Yes, close of daily is smaller than the open of daily. If I say time is, what is it, 10 on Friday, and I say close of daily, it means immediately the close of the day before. We don't have a close of today yet. So therefore, it's always the day before. After a certain time, you realize how this trade navigator finally works, how trade navigator thinks, and how the formula works. So let's see how it goes. Expecting now maybe more profit factor. Yes, we got it. Drawdown was a bit less, but we also got less net profit. So you see already that if Thursday is a weekday, Friday is a bit better. A bit. This would not be enough for me now to say, okay, I do it like that. Yeah. So what I can do next, just little things. Close. So here I say, the moment we go in, we need to be higher than the close of yesterday. Let's see what this leads to. So we get again more profit factor, so higher average trade, and total net profit goes to 109K. So we get a bit less, but we get more performing strategy finally. So average trade goes from 160, I think, to 240. So it's a possibility. You see already how with small things, small changes, your strategy will be different. So another possibility that I put here in this video, and then we can see, so this is the strategy. This was the strategy I was showing now, but let's take this one again. So this one and the one I was doing already 1 year ago. So I'm saying, first of all, we need a Friday, and then we have a certain time range, start and stop. So within this time range, we can have a trade if we get the highest high of the last 12 bars. So 12 bars here in 10 minutes means a 2-hour high. If we, within these two times, and these times are between 9:50 and 12:30, so a bit more than 2.5 hours, if we get the highest high of 12, we go into a trade. So let's run it once. So that is a strategy with the highest high. This was the strategy by just saying we go in if we are higher than yesterday's close. It's a difference. We have more net profit here. We have more trades. The only thing is the average trade is a bit less. It's a bit, but also the drawdown is way less. Yeah, can also lead to less stop loss. We didn't check this yet, but it can be like this. So for this strategy, I had a stop of 2,200 more or less. So yes, 2,200. And so this was the strategy I was doing a bit more than a year ago. So 1 year and 2-3 months, and still it's performing. Yeah. So nothing else in the strategy. So we go in within these two ranges 2 times. On Friday, if we get a highest high of 12, if you do it in 5 minutes, of course, then it's highest high of 24 bars, highest high of 24 bars. And then maybe here it changes, the exit changes. I'm saying here, and not Friday, bar of day is 1. That means not Friday, can be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If Monday is holiday, we go out on Tuesday. Yeah, we're not going then out on Friday. No, we stay longer and we go out on Tuesday. Yeah, and that's it. We have a stop loss of 2,200, and that's it. Yeah, we don't need more, and I don't want more in the strategy. This is way enough, and build on something that is even easier. But sometimes you need to add something, just something easy that the strategy maybe is not trading every time, maybe gets less drawdown, and hopefully you get a higher profit factor, higher average trade, and also more net profit. Yeah, that would be the perfect case. It's not always as easy as it seems. So with this strategy, we have been able to do 60-70% last year. But of course, if you go with a portfolio, then you need to check performance of your portfolio, drawdown of your portfolio, margin of your portfolio. So it's not as you can say, I don't know, I do 60% with this portfolio just because of this strategy. No, this strategy is just part of many of your strategy, and it should be like that. You should have at least, I'm saying, 5-10 different strategies, different markets, long, short, different approaches. So not only one. So this is one of my strategies, and my strategy that I'm actually running looks like this one. I'm just having a second entry. That means if I miss this entry, that I go at least in a bit later. Yeah. So it adds a few more trades, yeah, overall, but the strategy is still the same. So if you do this strategy, you have more or less 95% of my trades I'm doing every week, or almost every week, depends. And yeah, so this is one of my 50 strategies I'm running right now. So I have more strategy. I built, I don't know, hundreds of strategies during all my career. Not all were good, not all were stable all the time, but I'm running the best ones, yeah, the most stable ones right now. So, and I'm not going now over 50 again. It's just enough, and you need to manage everything. The more strategy you have, the more difficult it is also to manage everything. Yeah. If you want to know more about my trading, you can visit my website, tradewithsystem.com, and there you find even more information about everything. If you are a systematic trader, if you want to go deeper into that, just write me. Yeah, we can see if we can do something together. And as I said, I was helping already a lot of traders, especially systematic traders who wanted to become systematic traders. Yeah. So, and I will see, I will do more videos, and hopefully you can take a lot out of that, and or maybe you do your own stuff out of it. I'm actually never do and copy strategies from internet or whatever. So first I take something, I take maybe an idea, and then I do my own stuff out of it. Yeah. But nothing is wrong with this strategy. So even the opposite, it's a good strategy. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and maybe we see us next time. Bye.